Beading and verge trims. Hello and welcome back to this install guide. Beading and verge trims are both crucial parts of any external wall insulation system. Every property has certain areas that are highly susceptible to water ingress and damp. These can often be window reveals, corners and windowsills, as they are often major stress points for a lot of properties. Today in this video we're going to take a closer look at how beading and verge trims can help prevent these from being an issue by creating a watertight envelope and protecting the system from the elements. Let's start with beading. Beading is used in EWI systems to reinforce areas prone to impact and is most commonly made from PVC. Today we're going to look at 7 types of beading. Some of these will be required in every EWI project, whereas others will be required only for certain facades. However, all of these are available for purchase both in-store and online at the EWI store. Let's start with corner beads. All 90-degree exterior building angles require beads. Corner beads are ideal for reinforcing these angles in a building structure. They fit directly onto the insulation board and are very easy to install, especially those with included mesh. Beads themselves don't require any fixings. Instead, secure them by embedding the mesh during the base coat layer stage. Some corners on a building will be wider or narrower than 90 degrees, in which case you're going to want to use a flexible corner bead. These beads can wrap around the corner irrespective of the angle, while still providing that same strength and stability of a standard corner bead. Let's move on to window reveal beads. This bead provides a professional finish around window and door frames. It's designed to make direct contact with the frame and comes with an adhesive strip to hold it in place before it's embedded. As a result, the reveal is protected from water ingress. And unlike other options, this method requires no silicone sealant, which can sometimes look messy and will perish over time. It's also available in a variety of colours. In a similar design, a window head drip bead is used at the top of the window and door reveals. This bead helps the system to resist impacts whilst also preventing water ingress, which would otherwise track back along the underside of the window reveal and back towards the window itself. Next, let's move on to movement beads. If your facade is in excess of 12 meters, movement beads are going to be absolutely crucial in preventing cracks and ensuring stability. These beads are embedded parallel with the longest edge of your wall, whilst also being embedded within the base coat layer to provide its strength. Next, we'll move on to flexible arch beads. These beads are a great option for strengthening curved 90-degree edges such as an arch. Unlike corner beads, this bead flexes to fit the profile of the curve, giving you a smooth and strong finish. Let's finish with clip-on profiles. We did cover these briefly in our starter track video, but these beads are specifically designed to work with an aluminium starter track. The drip nose is carefully designed to ensure rainwater cannot travel back towards the wall and create damp. It takes seconds to fit and is super simple to install. Hopefully, after that, you feel like you understand beading a little bit better. Of course, every bead will need to be trimmed to length and embedded into the base coat layer. But most importantly, do not attempt any EWI work without using beading, as this will certainly result in a cracked facade which will cost you both time and money to fix. And with that in mind, let's move on to verge trims. During an EWI project, external walls of a property are extended with insulation. Once completed with base coat, mesh and render, the exterior walls can protrude by as much as 250 mm, depending on the thickness of your insulation. This can often be beyond the existing roofline and will need to be corrected in order to seal the system. Now, in our opinion, the best long-term solution for this is extending the roofline. This is done by adding timber battens and laying another line of tiles. Now, this will increase the width of the roofline and allow the insulation to tuck under the tiles, giving a professional, perfect finish every time. However, this can cost upwards of £1,000, making it unaffordable for some customers. In this scenario, we recommend using verge trims. This is a thin piece of metal that sits at the very top of the wall where the insulation meets the roofline. A lip sitting at the top of the wall prevents moisture going back down the insulation, creating that watertight envelope that we mentioned at the beginning. Whilst this alternative is much more affordable and easier to install, current PAS guidelines insist that the verge trims have 2 measures of weather seal protection. This will likely be a piece of protective membrane or flashing, as well as some silicone sealant along the top edge. Be sure to use high quality silicone sealant that will bond with both the brick and the metal trim. It's worth mentioning that even the best silicone sealant will perish over time and will therefore need to be maintained. If you need more clarity about verge trim guidelines, do head over to EWI Pro's website where you'll find the latest advice and guidance. Before we finish, we'll just give a quick mention to windowsills. As we mentioned earlier, EWI work increases the thickness of exterior walls. This can present issues not only for the roofline but also for the windows, as it may extend beyond the existing windowsill. Now, the obvious solution here would be to replace the windows before you begin your EWI work. For those of you that are considering this, we recommend requesting extended sills from the window manufacturer, ready to house the additional depth of insulation. Each sill should hang 40 mm over the face of the render. Involving the window manufacturer in this way will always look the best. However, we understand that this is not always possible for everyone, in which case, powder-coated aluminium sills will be a great alternative. The EWI store sells these in a range of colours and are designed to extend the existing sill in a much more cost-effective way. This method will also require silicone sealant as an extra protective measure. In either case, the extended sill will direct rain to run off, therefore preventing it from seeping into the insulation. Bear in mind, a minimum of 15 degrees is needed for rain to run off. Thanks for listening to this episode of our install guide. If you haven't already, do go back and watch our previous episodes for more information. However, if you still have questions that are unanswered, do head over to our website where you'll find details of our technical team who would love to help out and give you specific and bespoke advice for your project. Keep an eye out for our next video in this install guide where we'll be taking a closer look at base coat and mesh. Thanks for watching.